This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, the managing editor of the Standard Speaker is in the studio to talk about the upcoming primary election and the Hazleton City Council meeting happening tonight. Happy St. Patrick's Day from all of us here at FYI. Thanks for making us part of your day. Let's start our show with headlines from FYI News 13 and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Hazleton Fire Chief Donald Leschko is urging drivers to use caution after a firefighter was injured while directing traffic around an accident scene. It happened Monday around 4:30 p.m. Police were dispatched to the intersection of East Diamond Avenue and North Cedar Street for a hit-and-run accident. The Hazleton Fire Department had North Cedar Street temporarily blocked off, and a firefighter was directing traffic. Police say that 69-year-old James Queso of West Hazleton attempted to drive around the truck and was stopped by a firefighter who informed him that the road was closed. Queso then drove around the rear of the fire truck and while doing so struck the firefighter with his vehicle. Queso faces numerous criminal charges. Chief Leschko identified the injured firefighter as Keith Millay. He says that Millay was treated and released yesterday and is doing fine. The chief urges everyone to use caution around every incident, no matter if it's fire, police, or EMS. He says if a road is closed or blocked off by an emergency vehicle, it is for a reason. Police in Butler Township are investigating an armed robbery. It happened Monday night around 8:30 p.m. at the Adult Playtime Boutique on Route 309 in Drums. According to police, the suspect entered the store, brandished a semi-automatic pistol, and demanded money. The suspect is described as a black male, approximately 6 feet 1 inches tall, 185 pounds, wearing a camouflage jacket with a hood pulled up over his head, dark sunglasses, and a handkerchief-type bandana across his face. Police say the suspect acted aggressively toward the clerk and also broke items inside the store. The suspect fled in an unknown direction with an undisclosed amount of money. The clerk was shaken but not injured. Police from Sugarloaf Township and the state police assisted. Anyone with information is asked to call Butler Township Police at 570-788-3230. Yesterday, we told you that SSPTV and our media partner, the Standard Speaker, are teaming up to bring you a special candidates forum entitled Let the People Know. The program will feature the 6 candidates for Hazleton Mayor, Republican and Democrat, whose names will appear on the primary election ballot. Our Lisa Sugar talked with Standard Speaker Managing Editor Mark Ketcher about this and tonight's Hazleton City Council meeting.
SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker teaming up to bring you Let the People Know, an informative venture that will let you know the opinions of the candidates who are running for Hazleton City Mayor. And Mark Catcher, the managing editor of Standard Speaker, here with us now. Mark, we're pleased that this is taking place. It is going to be an event that is going to be taped in advance, and then we will broadcast it in its entirety. Members of your staff and ours will be formulating the questions for the candidates. But why is it so important that we bring this to the people so that, like the name says, we let the people know?
Yeah, especially this year with such a crowded field for mayor of Hazleton in the primary election in May. It is important to get the information out to the people so they can make an informed decision. On the Republican side, as we've discussed previously, we have Jeff Cassett, former councilman, current councilman, and Mayor Joe Yanuzzi, who are facing off. And then on the Democratic side, there is Grace Kuzo, who's run for council before, run for mayor before, and Jack Mundy, who is a councilman, and Joe Nemchik, a relative newcomer to the field, and a fourth is John Medashevsky. He's run for mayor before. So, like I said, it's a crowded field, especially on the Democratic side. Some candidates who people are familiar with, but some others they may not be familiar with. So the forum, I think, will be a good opportunity for them to learn about the candidates and where they stand on various issues that are facing the city.
And we just want everybody to know that our Janine Lasant-Mazurkevich has been in contact with them, and they have all agreed to take part in this forum. So it will be closed, not open to the public. We will tape it, but then we will broadcast it in its entirety several times. We'll let you know as the days go by when that will be happening. So moving on now to the works of the City of Hazleton and Hazleton City Council meeting tonight. Light agenda.
Yeah, it is a relatively light agenda. There's some fund transfers that are on the agenda, some of which have been a little bit controversial, but not to the extent that we've seen in the past. One interesting thing on the agenda relates to mobile food service, and as people in Hazleton know, that these have have become a little bit more popular in recent years. Food trucks. They're popular in big cities, but now it's made its way to Hazleton. And I know if you stop at the Hazleton Shopping Center, you will see one, or if you drive down Wyoming Street, you'll see another mobile food service unit. So they're becoming more popular, and I guess at this point, City Council or officials in the city feel a need to regulate them to some extent. So we'll be taking a look at that ordinance to see exactly what it is that these food trucks will have to do to meet the requirements in the city of Hazleton. We'd also like to talk to some of those vendors as well to see where they stand on it. So that is coverage that readers will be able to read about in the Standard Speaker, and I'm sure see on FYI as well.
Alrighty, and if there's any breaking news at tonight's meeting, of course, they can always go to your Facebook page and to standardspeaker.com, correct?
That is right. And just one more point I would like to make on the forum. Now, this is for Democrats and Republicans, obviously, because this is ahead of the primary election when voters in those two parties can choose their candidates. Now, there are other candidates who have said that they would like to be independent candidates in the November election. So I would assume that at some point we'll get to those folks and let their voices be heard as well, just as we're doing it for the traditional R's and D's in the primary.
Absolutely, well said. Thank you for bringing that to everyone's attention. Mark Hatcher from the Standard Speaker. Again, tonight's council meeting is at 7 o'clock if you're going to Hazleton City Council, and we'll keep you up to date on what's happening with that forum called Let the People Know to introduce you to the candidates for Hazleton City Mayor.
Thank you, Lisa and Mark, for that information. Moving on, a credit reporting bureau has ranked the top indulgent metropolitan areas, and the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton area is high on the list. The personal finance website badcredit.org ranked the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton metro area as the 4th most indulgent metro in the entire United States. They looked at the obesity rate, alcohol consumption, the number of smokers, and the average consumer debt. Topping the list is Lafayette, Indiana, followed by Great Falls, Montana. Mobile, Alabama, Wilkes-Barre-Scranton, and Bismarck, North Dakota round out the top 5. Meanwhile, there is good news for that same metro area. For the first time in nearly 5 years, the jobless rate in the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre area was not the highest among Pennsylvania's large labor markets. The local rate had been the highest in the state since March of 2010. January's rate was 6%, 0.1% below December's rate and lower than rates in Johnstown and East Stroudsburg areas. Well, coming up next on FYI, we'll preview the next act in the Greater Hazleton Concert Series, and later in sports, we'll hop in the ring with 2 local boxers with big dreams.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Back here at Brandon's Forever Home, officially the home has been purchased, and we're here with one of the co-founders, which is State Representative Tara Toohill. So thanks for joining us, Tara. Why is it so important for us to have a home here, a home base, I should say, in Hazleton?
That's exactly what it is, that home base. And the children that we were working with today, they're older kids, 17, 18, 19-year-olds. They don't have that home base. That's such a good way to put it. So I don't think that they don't have that structure and stability that you can go back and there's always this place that you can lean on. And that's what we want to provide here, is that there's services. If you need help with your legal problems, your education funding, whatever it might be that you're looking for, these kids need help in every capacity, and maybe healthcare, looking for a job, just things that normally when you're growing up, when you're a teenager and a young adult, you have parents there and your parents help you. And a lot of these children, the older kids especially, aging out of the foster care system, they start to have no support at all. So we're very excited to be helping them, and they're such good kids. We just had the greatest conversations with them, and they're really, when you meet these kids one-on-one, and you'll see on the videos, you just are like, how could someone not be a parent to this kid?
For the community to know why Brandon's Forever Home is here, what exactly will take place in the structure?
Well, Lori also is so good. Lori Angelo Ogurkis, she's so good at explaining it. But we have rooms set up for age groups, for male and female. So there's baby, toddler room, and then there's a teenage girl room. So we're trying to have it so when they come in, they need clothing for a job interview, they can go to the teen room, and we have tags on everything with the ages. And this is, instead of throwing your items out, instead of, giving them maybe into a charity box outside those metal boxes, you don't always know where they're going. Unless it's Salvation Army or Goodwill, we don't know where those items go. Sometimes the sneakers get shipped to Africa. I mean, there's all sorts of things that go on with that. So keep it local. We have a local need. And all these items, the community's been so generous. So this area, you might not have money to give, but certainly you may have some old books or belongings that you can give to someone. And I think we're going to talk a little bit later about the CASA program, and it's kind of like Boy Scouts and Boy and Girl Scouts of America.
Okay.
They need mentors, and we need those as well for foster children.
And we could go on and on and on about Brandon's Forever Home, and that's why we have this segment. So thank you, Tara, for joining us. And every week we'll be telling you about Brandon's Forever Home and how it's helping this community.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
I wonder if these air conditioners were running today because the heat wave continued in NEPA. Unfortunately, it's going to get cold once again. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But first, there's a hazardous weather outlook for our area from the National Weather Service thanks to the threat of ice jam flooding from rivers rising from snow melt. Now here's our forecast from the National Weather Service tonight. Partly cloudy. Our low will be around 17 degrees, very blustery with wind gusts as high as 32 miles per hour. On Wednesday, it will be mostly sunny. Our high only getting up though to 33 degrees. Another windy day with gusts as high as 32 miles per hour. On Wednesday night, mostly clear. Our low will be around 18 degrees. On Thursday, sunny with a high near 35 degrees. Thursday night, our low is 24. On Friday, there's a chance of rain and snow, 50% chance, cloudy with a high near 37. Friday night will be mostly cloudy with a low of 31. Saturday looks partly sunny, high near 44 as the temperature goes up. Saturday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 21. Tonight's weather is brought to you by Boyer Insurance Agency. They have two locations to serve you. One is in Cunningham on Sugarloaf Avenue, and they have another location in Nescapec on Broad Street. You can call them in Cunningham at 788-3543 and in Nescapec at 752-7683.
Well, today we're pleased to tell you about another wonderful upcoming concert sponsored by the Greater Hazleton Concert Series. And we're pleased to welcome back our dear friend Amelia Bergeron, who is the president of the concert series. And she is all decked out for St. Patrick's Day. You look lovely today.
Well, thank you. And I'm not even Irish. But everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's Day.
Absolutely correct. I'm part Irish, so I do have my green on as well. You have a wonderful show coming up that's going to be getting audiences on their feet, I think, during this performance.
Yes, it's a high energy, high octane show. It's called the Jive Swing Time, featuring the Jive Aces and the Tinseltown Jitterbug Dancers. It's going to be very exciting, and people are going to want to get up and dance in the aisles, and they can if they want, or at least tap their feet in their seats. The Jive Aces are the top swing group that are in England. They have appeared on England's version of America's Got Talent and were winners on that. They have toured extensively through the United States, the United Kingdom, Europe, South Africa, Morocco, the Caribbean, 30 countries in all. And their music is swing, jive, R&B, rock and roll, only they put a different twist on it to make it even more exciting and more enthusiastic. And from the minute they walk out on the stage, because they will be wearing bright yellow suits, their comedy bursts forth. And they look like 6 wild canaries or maybe 6 big birds. And they just are very, very jovial, and they will engage the audience. They got their start in London. They were from London, the 6 of them, and They couldn't find a band or many bands that could play the type of music with the kind of beat that they wanted, the kind of sound that they wanted, so they did the next best thing. They formed their own group.
Well, this is all taking place next Wednesday, March 25th, at the Hazleton Area High School at 7:30 in the evening. And you can go to hazletonconcertseries.org. And for reservations, you can also call Amelia, 570-788-4864. This is going to be a fantastic show. And Amelia, while you're here, you also wanted to tell us about a cancellation that had to happen because of the weather, but that show is back on as well.
Thank you, Lisa. Yes, it is. The Bronx Wanderers, which was scheduled for February, now will take place on Monday, May 4th at 7:30, Hazleton Area High School.
All right. Well, we're glad that that's back on as well. And there won't be any snow in May, so we should be good then.
Well, don't say that, Lisa. My son made his first communion on May 6th, and we had snow.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, we're hoping that doesn't happen again. But one lucky viewer right now will have the opportunity to win a pair of tickets, and this is to see Swing Time happening next Wednesday, March 25th. So call us now at 455-7267 and get the extension up on your screen, and you can have an opportunity to have your name entered in a drawing to win 2 tickets to see Swing Time. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Amelia.
And the same to you.
Thank you, Lisa. And again, the phone number to call, 459-7267. All right, before we go to break, here's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. Pick 2, 84, pick 3, 859, pick 4, 6055, and finally pick 5, 50761. We have boxing next in sports.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
The Pennsylvania Golden Glove Central District Championships are coming up on Saturday, March 28th at Citizens Fire Company No. 2 in Monterey City. 3 boxers will be from the Greater Hazleton Boxing Club. Let's get to know 2 of them right now. Video games are usually blamed for keeping kids inactive and inside the house. Picture it, a grandfather yelling at his 2 grandsons to turn off the TV and go play outside. It was a different story for the Diaz brothers. A video game led to this picture in the standard speaker. The Diaz brothers, 2 young boxers who want to become champions with 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, Tim Witherspoon. The 2 brothers are now training with Witherspoon at the Hazleton One Community Center.
I used to box in Dominican Republic. Yeah, I got in boxing because when my grandpa died, I had a video game, and we used to play, me and my brother. So we started boxing after that. My grandfather used to like it. Like I used to beat my brother up in the game. So.
Does your brother box?
Yeah, my brother's boxing right now.
He's out there now?
Yeah, he's gonna become the next champion.
When I was 12 years old, I had a PS2, and I had a boxing game. That was in the Dominican Republic.
All right.
I used to play boxing. I had a player there that was really, I forgot, I made my own player.
Okay, yeah, okay.
My grandpa, he used to watch me boxing on TV. He was a little old. His mind was like a kid's mind. When you get older, you start.
Yeah.
He said that his favorite fighter was my fighter. And he used to just play around, jump around like kids, man. Like, oh yeah, I used to knock him out. And then, when I was 18, that was last year. I looked, when I got out of work that day, my mom called me. He said he died. I was really sad, and then I was, memories, and I thought about that day, and then boxing just got into my head. I couldn't take it out. I think that's why, I don't know, I think that's why I'm good. He's my inspiration, my mom, my grandpa.
Narciso and Adrian Diaz split time between the Dominican Republic and Hazleton. Both started boxing in the Dominican Republic.
When I started training over there, I learned a little bit, to be honest, I was just doing a lot of exercise, getting in shape. I was really in good shape over there. I was 160, I was really in good shape. I really didn't learn much, I was just moving around, throwing punches, but I didn't know as much as now. No, Tim, he taught me a lot. He pretty much almost everything,
How Adrian ended up in the ring at the Hazleton One Community Center is just as good of a story as how the 2 brothers started boxing in the first place. When you came here, you joined up with this program.
Now, when I came here, I went to the dentist, and the dentist knew Tim Witherspoon, so he told me to come over here.
So tell me about that. You go to the dentist and you say, I box?
Yeah.
That's how it started?
It sounded weird at first, yeah.
Adrian's gone from the dentist chair to the Pennsylvania Golden Glove Central District Championships, qualifying with a victory by decision.
What helped me win the fight, it was like my brother motivating me, like you want to become champ, you want to help your family out.
Narciso will also compete at the Pennsylvania Golden Glove Central District Championships. It will be his first fight not on PlayStation. Get an opportunity now at Golden Gloves. I mean, how big of an opportunity is that for you? I mean, this is, I guess, your first real competition.
This is my first real fight, yeah. I'm working hard every day. I'm not even resting now. Until, before the fight, maybe 2 or 3 days before the fight, I'll take a rest. But I'm running, doing exercise, trying my best, getting fit, because I want to give it all I got. I want to show people, I'm going to be the new champion.
We'll have the brothers' full story on the next Out of Left Field. Now, Chrisley Mena, a female boxer from the Hazleton Club, will also be at the Golden Glove Central District Championships. We'll talk more about them next week. Well, sports is over for now. Coming up, we have the social report, and then we'll wrap things up on this St. Patrick's Day. Happy Wing Night. It's Wing Night at Bottlenecks. Get $2 off your order of wings or all-you-can-eat wings and boneless wings for only $14.95. Bottlenecks wings are voted best wings in the area year after year.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. 2 quick announcements. Holy Trinity Orthodox Church, 223 South Kennedy Drive in McAdoo will be holding a pierogi and halushki sale Friday, March 20th from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Call ahead orders are greatly appreciated. To order or for more information, just call 570-929-2179. And finally, the Men of Marion will be holding a Chinese auction March 22nd. The event will be held at Marion High School and doors open at 11 a.m. with the auction beginning at 2:30. Be having a preview night Friday, March 20th from 6 to 8. For info, just call 570-467-0641. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. George Rostis of Freeland. Memorial is Saturday at 1 p.m. from the Joseph B. Conahan Funeral Home. Friends may call Saturday from noon to 1 p.m. Patricia A. Smith of Gallows,burg, Michigan. Mass is Thursday at 11 a.m. in the St. Thomas More Catholic Church in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Friends may call Thursday from 10 to 11 a.m. Margie J. Leachak of Milnesville. Mass is Thursday at 10 a.m. in the St. John Bosco Roman Catholic Church. Arrangements are under the direction of the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Robert M. Jordan of Freeland. Mass is Wednesday at 10 a.m. in the St. John Bosco Roman Catholic Church. Arrangements are under the direction of the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Charles Generose of Hazel Township. Full services will be announced by the Firo Funeral Home. And Cyril M. Janisov of Hazleton. Arrangements will be announced by the John J. Pustai Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now in News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call it in with a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Daniel Lynch of Barnesville. Daniel, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Once again, thanks for watching on this St. Patrick's Day. Hope you're having a good one, and I hope it continues into this evening. Until tomorrow, take it easy, everyone.